Hi friends, Mindy here. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of a start to finish series for this journal using the coffee shop collection from Carta Bella. This is actually the second journal that I have made using this collection. I absolutely love this collection. And so this is the journal that's a little bit smaller than the first one I did. This one is like measures 5 by 6.5 ish. And so I'm just measuring my pages so I know what size to cut my pockets to. So I have the 6 by 6 paper pad over there on the left, but these are actually some papers that I had in my stash. And so I'm going to cut some like corner pockets out of these and just starting off with a square and then cutting that square in half corner to corner, and that's going to give me some triangle like tuck spots. And I'm going to do that with a couple different papers from this collection that's been in my stash. And this is actually I'm doing 3 different ones because I have 3 signatures, and so I will do 2 of these pockets in each signature. I've mentioned that before. I try to really keep that consistent. So if I'm doing something in one signature, I want to do it in all 3 signatures. And this one, when I cut this one, obviously I can't use them both at the bottom. So one of these is going to end up as a corner tuck on the top and like an up tuck and that it will be just fine. It just gives a little bit of variety. And then I have these offcuts that are actually a really good size and may end up as pockets or like on the bottom of a page or even along like a side tuck. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm not going to be working with those today, but I will save those scraps just in case I want to do that. And then I want to make some other pockets now out of the 6 by 6 paper pad. So I'm just trimming these down so that they will fit on my pages a little bit better. And then I will use my really big circle punch to kind of create a notch. I have a thumb notch like punch, but it's too, I don't know. I like a more shallow opening, I guess. So this really ginormous circle punch actually works really well for me. And then I've mentioned this before, but I like rounding the corners, especially at the top of the pocket. I just think that it helps give a good, nice finished look on there. And so again, because I have a couple of these already cut, I want to make sure that I have one of these for each pocket. And then I also want to use some pockets or create some pockets out of some vintage book paper, because this journal actually has vintage paper in the signatures. And so this is just another way to kind of carry that theme through. And so I'm going to do the same thing, just making pockets. And I am making sure that my writing is upside down. I know that seems weird, but that way you're not like trying to focus on reading it. It just becomes sort of background. So now I'm going to start decorating these pockets. And I am using the ephemera pieces, the frames and tags pieces, some stickers, and all kinds of things. And I'm just finding it easier to decorate these outside of the journal and get them ready for the journal, and then we'll decide kind of where I want them and then glue them in. So you can see this one, I really love this one that says coffee will be there for you. I think it's so cute. So I have one of the stickers from the big 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and then just added that label and a little sticker. I'm going to decorate this next one with another sticker from that same sticker sheet. And then this is this was actually one of the little cut aparts, and then I glued that on top of some of the pattern paper just to give it a little more presence on that particular pocket. And then for this one, this is out of the pattern paper. I'm going to start off with this cute little cafe sticker, and then I just felt like it needed a little quote or something up there to balance that top right hand corner. Keeping the pockets pretty simple. I will decorate obviously the tags and things that go in them. And then this little label, I'm actually using a piece of pattern paper, the backside of it, just to kind of give this almost like a faux washi. It's just, you know, pattern paper, just an anchor point for this other label that I'm going to be adding on here, because the only way I can really put it on this pocket is over here, like all the way left. And so I just wanted to have kind of a little cluster over there. And I think it's helpful to have something that sort of grounds it to the card. So I added another little coffee cup there. And then just to balance everything, I'm going to add this little ephemera piece that says hello up there in the top right hand corner. And then I am inking everything. I don't think I mentioned that, with archival ink and ground espresso. And then doing that same thing with one of these little labels where I'm just adding it to some of the pattern paper, and I will trim this down. And this just helps this just pop off the background a little bit more. and helps it really just feel like it's anchored there, because it's a pretty big, busy background paper. And so some of those labels can kind of get lost on there. Excuse me. So now with these triangle pockets, I'm going to try to sort of decorate them. And I'm going to do this very simply because they're just, they're kind of awkward shaped, and but I really like having these corner tucks. And so most of these are just going to get a sticker or a little piece of ephemera. I'm not going to overly decorate them. You could certainly, add lace or trims or whatever along the edges. I just don't tend to do that with my corner pockets like this, but it's certainly an option. So some of these I'm just adding stickers from the sticker sheet. This is actually one of the other labels. I love this one that says pour yourself a cup of ambition. And I felt like it was really good on that paper that had the coffee cups in the background. And I really also love this one that's just very simple and says coffee on it. And then this last one is let the magic, or look at the magic all around you, which I think is funny. And then this one, just because it was really tall and skinny, I felt like it needed something over to the left side. So I added one of the little stickers that had the two coffee cups that were, similar to what was in the picture. And then again, just inking everything up. And then the easiest way for me to do this when I'm kind of trying to do it efficiently is I'm going to take the pockets and just sort of flip through my journal, trying to keep in mind that as I am adding pockets, I'm going to be balancing them so that I have some in each of the signatures, but also some in the front of the signature and some in the back of the signature. And so what you'll see me do here, I'm just going to sort of flip through. I'm not going to make you watch me do this whole process, but I decided to kind of keep them in pairs. So the two that have like the coffee beans, they'll be in the same signature. The two that have the coffee cups, they'll be in the same signature, if that makes sense. I don't think that it matters, but I've seen people where they do these kind of pockets and they will only do them like on facing pages, but I like to have them kind of mixed up. So I'm just flipping through here, finding a place where I think that it would be most beneficial to have a pocket. So some of those pages that have a lot of writing or that are really dark in this instance, because some of these have, like a really dark navy blue or a black, I will actually add a pocket there. And there's this page. I really love this vintage book paper, but it's got this one little section of like red, that red square that is really bothering me. I will actually come back and I'm going to fold that over and glue it down just because I couldn't take it. It was just that one thing that was kind of glaring. And so I will actually fix that. But you can see I'm just kind of going through here, deciding which place I think that these are going to be best. And then I'm just going to tuck them in and I will come back and glue everything down at the same time. That way I'm not having to like, get my glue out and then turn the pages and then get my glue out, and it just makes it easier. So the same process I went through with the pockets that were made from book paper and the pockets that were made from the pattern paper. I just went through, tried to find the best place. I made sure that those triangle pockets, these corner pockets, I made sure that I had one at the beginning and one at the end of each signature. I made sure to add the book paper and the pattern paper in the kind of the same way throughout all of these signatures. And so I'm not going to make you, watch me go through all that process because it's a lot of back and forth and there's no rhyme or reason to it necessarily. But you can see I just try to, especially on some of these vintage book pages, I try to add a pocket there because, you can't write over that particular page, and it just helps give it some interest as well. And so I'm not going to do another full flip through. I'm just going to kind of show you where I'm adding all of these pockets, and then I will create some ephemera, some journaling cards, some tags and things to fill all of these pockets. Let me know if you'd like to see that process in another video, or if you just really prefer to just see the final flip through of everything. And the other coffee journal is available on my website. It is called chosenandcrafting.com. And when this one is finished, it will be up there as well. But obviously I need to fill all of the pockets and everything. But If you really liked this video, if you like the start to finish type videos, please let me know that as well, because that just helps me bring the best content for you, the things that are most helpful. I know I like watching people make pockets and ephemera and different things. It's something I find enjoyable, so I hope that you do too. But if you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will have my link for my website as well as my link for my Facebook group. I'd really love to have you over there and see what you are creating too. And until next time, bye.